Carolyn Kelly. I'm from Clark Middle School. I'm the librarian there.
I'm Audra
in
Lexington. I teach 7th grade at Jonas Clark as well.
And so our project was having kids create book trailers for their choice reading books. So we're going to start with, all appropriate Hunger Games. I have to say we probably had about 10 different versions of this. But here we go. Okay, so that was 3 days with computers. And I'm just going to bring up the assignment that the kids had.
So Carolyn had this great idea, let's do a book trailer with the students. She and I work really closely together to encourage students to independently read, and occasionally throughout the year, the 7th grade teachers we come up with different projects to accompany the choice books. And in past years, we've done a movie poster project. It's become rather outdated, and so when Carolyn brought this idea to me, I thought, what a cool way to have the students inspire each other to select choice books beyond what we could do to share the latest literature available to them. And so we held true to the aims of the original assignment and the Common Core standards with some of the reading pieces. But we also were able to introduce a speaking and listening component from the Common Core standards that we hadn't addressed before by using iMovie. And so students did work independently prior to using the technology. They planned out their text, they were thoughtful, they peer edited and received feedback before they got to the laptops. And then in 3 days, as Carolyn said, we were able to guide them through importing images into iPhoto, importing music into iTunes, and then assembling the product in iMovie. And in previous years when we've done projects together, we've been faced with many technology glitches, and this year with 86 students, we didn't have any hiccups at all. It was incredibly rewarding both for the students and for us to be able to support them in a way that was really a celebration of their reading and their accomplishments, and it wasn't frustrating, it didn't feel like work, and in the end they felt a little bit like movie stars. So
I would say one thing that we weren't too strict about was copyright things. So we let them, we did require that they weren't supposed to use pictures from any movies. I don't know,
Yeah, there were a couple of things. We made requests. We had done this project the year prior in PowerPoint with less success than we found in iMovie. And through that first year of trial and tribulation, we encourage students to shy away from, if a movie's already been created for the book you've read, cast different characters. Perhaps include your friends. Try not to use things that are already out there and attached to the book. Most of them followed along with that request. Some did not.
But you know, they were. I have to say they were all so engaged during the whole process too. From the moment they started with the computers, I mean, Audra and I were just going around helping kids individually, but they were just so engrossed in their work. You know, we couldn't even. We were like, this is so creepy. It's so quiet. So it was a really great, fun project for them. What I have up here is just their planning stages, what they used, and then their rubric that they had, and that was used for grading.
It was important going into it for Carolyn and I to help support students in book selection, especially those who are reluctant readers, so that they could all manage the text and be able to enjoy the process of creating the project. And in the end, we showed all the book trailers prior to, I believe it was the first winter break, and they couldn't wait to get into the library to check out books that their friends had made book trailers for, or to create a new reading list and try new titles and genres that they haven't explored before. So students who are avid readers were stepping out of their comfort zone. Students who are reluctant readers were really inspired by their friends and wanted to talk more about the literature beyond the limited amount of writing they had to do. It was 4 sentences.
And they had problems with that. I mean, that was really a struggle for them, some of them, you know, on the limiting to 4 sentences and the last one having to be a cliffhanger sentence to grab their reader. We can show you another one.
Yeah.
Which one did you want to? Let's do Ranger's Apprentice series. Popular series. So this assignment actually we had a little tech workshop at Clark, and we had, I don't know, like 18 teachers come in, and so out of that, you know, we just quickly showed them how to do iMovie, and I just finished up with my 6th grade Ancient Civ 1 team. They came into the library, they did research on Egypt, and then they created stickman drawings, and we have 2 ScanSnap scanners, so I had them, the 2 scanners going, and the kids would bring up their laptop, we would scan the images in, and then they made an iMovie that illustrated their research with stickmen. The kids loved it. I mean, some of the kids were just a little wild, but this was our first year with it, and we really, I think there was only like one little glitch of, you know, I don't even know what this student did, but somehow we couldn't export it to QuickTime because of the